What if the anxiety you carry didn't start with you? What if the silence in your family isn't just personality, but patterns? In many of our communities, we were taught how to survive, but we weren't taught how to process, how to name, or even how to heal what we've inherited. The truth is, what we don't heal, we pass on. My name is Dr. Maria Nisbet, and I am the creator of the HeirMark Framework, a legacy-centered approach to healing that helps individuals and families transform what they've inherited to what they intentionally pass forward. In many Black and Caribbean communities, mental health is still misunderstood. It's minimized and it's silenced. We hear things like, just be strong, don't bring that outside, we don't talk about that. So what happens? We carry. We carry unprocessed grief, generational traumas, and emotional patterns that we never chose, but we call it normal. Traditional therapies focus on the individual, but in our communities, healing does not live in isolation. Healing lives in families, in stories, in culture, and in legacy. So the question becomes, how do we move from just surviving to actually healing in a way that changes what gets passed down? This is where HeirMark comes in. HeirMark is built on a simple principle. Healing is not just personal, it is generational. This is how it works. First, we start with inheritance. This is about identifying what you received. What were your belief systems, your coping patterns, your emotional responses, or even your family narratives? Not just what was said, but what was modeled. Whether we realize it or not, we inherit more than DNA. The next step is examination. This is where we begin asking, why do I react this way? Where did this belief come from? Is it mine, or was it just passed down to me? This step requires honesty, because you cannot change what you refuse to acknowledge and what you refuse to see. Then comes integration. This is the healing work. This is where you begin to process the pain, reframe the story, and make meaning out of your experiences. This is not to erase what happens, but this is to stop it from controlling what happens next. After that, it's reclamation, because not everything we inherit is negative. This is where you begin to choose. What do I keep? What do I honor? What still serves me? Culture, resilience, strengths, those are all part of your inheritance too. And the final phase is legacy. This is the shift. This is where we move from unconscious patterns to intentional living. This is where we begin to ask, what do I want my children to inherit from me? What emotional patterns stop with me? And what does healing look like in action? Healing is not complete until it changes what gets passed down. In my work with veterans and families and communities, I see this every day. People are not just dealing with what happened to them. They are carrying what wasn't said, what wasn't processed, and what wasn't given language. When we give people a framework, when we help them to understand their story in a structured way, everything begins to shift. They start to lead differently, parent differently, love differently. That's the legacy work. HeirMark is about creating a system of healing that is culturally grounded, is structured, and is built to last beyond the individual. Our community doesn't need another conversation about healing. We need a way to sustain it. So if you've ever felt like you're carrying more than your own experiences, or you're repeating patterns that you don't even fully understand, or you want something different for the next generation, this work is for you. The goal here is not perfection. The goal is intention. To become the person who says, this stops with me. and something better begins because of me. This is HeirMark. This is legacy-centered healing, and this is just the beginning. If this resonated with you, subscribe to this channel and make sure that you share this with a friend or a family member. And stay connected as we continue this very, very, very important conversation. Because healing is personal, but legacy is shared. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.